I know I'm not the only mom who likes to hide away. Hey, it's Ereena George, and welcome to my closet, aka Mommy's Closet. Come on in. It's a place for us to get away and discuss the things moms love to talk about, whether it's health, relationships, these kids, our spouses. This is where we come to talk our shit. Be sure to join my Facebook group, Be Momific with Ereena George. It's where we can continue the conversation outside of this podcast so that I can hear what you think and how you feel on the topic. Thank you so much for being here today. We have a great topic today. He or she is not that into you. And since I'm talking to moms, we are going to discuss why he's not that into you. Now, how do you know when a guy is not that into you? Are you really paying attention to the things that he says? Are you looking more at the thing that he does? This is what we're going to talk about today. So I'm super excited. First off, I know this is going to be a touchy topic because you have some women who do not like for people to tell them, oh, don't tell me anything about my dude, about my man. Don't tell me anything about relationships. You don't know us. You don't know me. And I know this guy is really into me. But some of the things that you can definitely take a look at to know that a guy is really into you is how he treats you around his friends, how he treats you when you are around your friends. How does he act around your family? How does he act around your kids if you have kids? And I'm hoping if you're listening to the show that you do have kids. So let's look at a few things. First, is he respectful? Right? Where did you meet him? Did you meet him at the bus stop? Did you meet him inside of a business? Were you on your way to work? Did you meet him on the train? Where did you guys meet? And when you met, how did he approach you? Did he say, excuse me, and start a full conversation? Did he kind of like holler at you when you thought he was cute, so you just went with it? How did you guys meet? That's the first thing, right? Was his greeting to you respectful? It's the first thing for you to look at. Because for me, if someone's trying to holler at me and they come at me like, hey, yo, ma, like, you know, like we're 15, that's a problem. But if someone is trying to approach me on a respectful grown man, grown woman level, I'm definitely going to give him the time of day. Now, that's me if I'm single. I am not single, but when I was single, that is the type of approach that I looked for. How your first few words to me. What are those words? So those are important. That's the first thing. Secondly, when you guys exchange numbers, or if you gave him your number, or he decided to just go ahead and give you his number, and you know what? That's important too. Because a lot of times when men approach women and they want their information, they want their number, and they're asking about you off the bat. Women usually give men their number. Take note if he gives you his number. That's very important. Take close note if he decides, hey, you don't want to give me your number, it's all good. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give you my number, right? And then you can call me whenever you're ready. That's a good clue, right? So when you guys finally exchanged numbers and you spoke on the phone, how did he sound on the phone? And when you text and you called him, was he readily available to speak with you? That's number two. If he wasn't readily available to speak with you, did he have good reasons as to why he was not available? Was he at work? Is he a father? Was he spending time with his kids? Was he doing something in his normal everyday schedule that he does prior to him meeting you? And this is just not, oh, I'm calling him and he's not picking up the phone, and this is a repeated pattern. I'll give you an example. I read a story about a young woman who had been dating a man for almost a year, I think a little bit over a year, and they would always plan things like for Valentine's Day, birthdays, and just other holidays. And she said that he always flaked on her. But then he always had a reason and an excuse as to why he flaked on her. But then sometimes he would disappear for days. So he would disappear for 2 or 3 days, and then he would come back and give her a reason or, an excuse why he had to disappear for that time. So the last time he did it, she got very upset. His excuse was he did not have a vehicle to get to her. It was her birthday, and he didn't have a vehicle to get to her. And his cousin was going to loan him his vehicle, but he wound up using it for his date with his girlfriend. So he could not come get her. However, he didn't call her on her birthday and say this. He actually disappeared for like a day and a half before she finally got in touch with him. And then he told her this story. I said, wow, like that is crazy. That's crazy. So she said, you know what? He does this all the time. And I'm really starting to think that he has a whole other family that I don't know about. But we've been together for a year. But he continues to come up with these excuses. That's a red flag, ladies. Flag on the play, red flag. If you notice a pattern, a negative pattern, when you first start dating someone and you continue to start to date that person, blame yourself and slap yourself. Because when men show you red flags, please heed those shits. He's not showing you red flags because he doesn't want you to pay attention. He's showing you red flags because there are some things that he has going on that he has yet to deal with. And now he's bringing that bullshit to you. So pay attention. Some of us don't want to pay attention because we're blinded. We're looking at the body and the clothes and the dick. And, we're looking at the shit that we should not be looking at. We should be looking at the patterns, and we should be looking at how they treat us. And even if when he's with you, he treats you great and he respects you. However, every time you turn around, he's canceling plans on you, or he's disappearing, or you're seeing different things that you really don't sit well with when you are together, then cut that shit short early, because we don't want to bring a flaky ass person in our lives or in our kids' lives at all. All right. So that was number two. I believe that was number two. I went off on a tangent. Y'all know how I do. So another way to know that he's not that into you, he tells you that he's not that into you. One thing I don't understand about us as women, and yes, I'm saying us. One thing that I do not understand about us as women is, why don't we take the man's word when he says things to us? If he says, I think that you're a great person, but you're not good for me, why do we continue to engage with this person as if we are trying to build? Why do we continue to let this person come over our home? Why do we continue to have sex with benefits with this person? Why do we continue to actually spend time with someone who has already specified to you that they do not think or believe that whatever the two of you have is going to be a long lasting relationship? Why is that? I've always wondered that. I'm not that girl. And I'm probably not that girl because I cut people off easy. Short shit easy. Like, do some shit that I don't like, and I'm definitely cutting you the fuck off because I don't need that negativity in my life. But not all women are like that. Some women will say, okay, oh, he's just saying that right now because he's going through some shit in his life. And I know he needs me around. Not once. I know he needs me around. So I'm going to be here to support him because I know that he needs me in his life, after he's verbally told you that he doesn't. Right. And then when he starts doing things like dating other people, but still coming over your house for dinner, then you want to complain about, oh my God, you're seeing other people. I thought we were building something. And he can easily come back and say, no, babe, you and I had this conversation. I think you're a great woman. I think we're great friends. But I told you that what we had here was not going to go any further. He's not that into you. Heed his words when he tells you that he's not that into you. And stop trying to force a relationship upon someone who does not want it. We are so bad for that shit. Like, so bad for it. So let's stop doing that, right? As moms. And as women in general, because I know women who are not moms who listen to the show. So as women in general, let's stop trying to force it. And I know for moms, sometimes it's difficult to do that because if we are a single mom, if you're a single mom, you are looking for, to make your house a home. You're looking for that good man, that man who is respectful of you, who loves your kids, who will treat them as his own, who's able to provide. And so those are the things that we pay attention to. And then sometimes the things that we should be looking at, we don't, and we miss something. And then we bring that person into our home, and then shit is fucked up. So pay attention to his ways, pay attention to his words, pay attention to your vibe and your intuition. Your intuition is always right. It will tell you everything that you need to know. Pay attention to how he is around his mother and how he is around his sisters and brothers. Pay attention to the friends that he hangs out with and how they treat each other. Like all of this, all of these things are signs that can definitely tell you what kind of person you're going to be in a relationship with. They say the five, closest friends that you have basically make up your personality. So, first of all, make sure that you meet his friends, right? And then after you meet his friends, kind of look at the dynamic of those friendships and look at them each individually to see like, hey, I wonder, how can I can't believe, have you ever said that, like you know someone is a friend of someone and you're like, I can't even believe that the two of you are friends. Don't miss that shit. Don't miss that shit, because that is a sign. That's a sign. We do it all the time. That is a sign. I remember growing up, people would say that about me, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you guys are friends," and they thought that I was the bad influence. And I used to just be like, "Wow, like, okay, why can't you believe that we are friends? Because you see something in me that you don't see in your child. Believe me, whatever you see in me is in your child. So pay attention to those things." Another way to know that a man is not into you, besides him telling you that he's not into you, besides him treating you like he's not into you, is that he only checks for you after 10 p.m. No, I don't want to hear the fucking excuse about the job and I work and this, that, and the third. Because when I say check for you, I don't mean he's calling and texting after 10 p.m. only. What I mean is that you don't hear from him until after 10 p.m. every single day. There are no texts in the daytime. Hey, hope you're having a great day. Good morning, love. How's your lunch? Just wanted to say hi, just checking in on you, making sure you're okay. If none of that is going on, and the only time that you hear from him is after 10 or after 11, and he's just like, what you doing? Hell no. That's some 14, 15-year-old shit. Don't text me after 10 talking about what you're doing. Because what I'm doing is what you won't be doing. Because I'm still trying to figure out why you calling me after 10 p.m. a grown ass man talking about what you're doing. Fucking flag on the play. Like, seriously, flag on the play. One of the biggest clues, right, that you can have is if a man has children by other women, and it's number one, it's multiple women, right? And not only is it multiple women, you meet them, they're respectful, but they're giving you warning signs about him. They're giving you warning signs. And a lot of times, we don't like to heed those warning signs, and I'm going to tell you why. We don't like to heed those warning signs because we believe that we are different from his previous woman. I'm different from his ex wife. I'm different from his baby moms, how many ever there are, or even if it's one. I'm different. So the relationship that the two of you had is different from the relationship that he and I have, or he and I are going to have. We're always trying to one up. So when someone is giving us a warning, we really don't want to heed those warnings because we're like, you know what? That's not going to happen with me. Whatever it is you're saying, that's not going to happen with me. Or you're like, I haven't seen those. Like, I haven't seen that in him. I haven't seen those signs in him, these things that you're telling me. Now, I'm not telling you to put a wall up. What I am saying is that heed the words that they are saying to you, because guess what? You can take your lesson easy with a little cheat note on the side, or you can choose to take your lesson hard. I don't like to take my lessons hard. So if someone is cluing me in on something that I should be paying attention to, I'm damn sure going to take that footnote and I'm going to put it in my stash so that I can make sure that I'm paying attention to the shit that people are telling me. I'm not just going to say, oh, That was you. You know what? It was your fault because you this and you that. And he already told me, about your relationship. Mm-mm. No, no. So that's a clue as well. Definitely a clue to continue on that. I lost my train of thought, but I'm back now. So with the ex or the baby moms, to continue on that, if she's giving you signs about him and how he is, and he still has a really close relationship, not only with her, but he has a close relationship. Say he has multiple baby moms and he has a close relationship with all of them, right? To the point where if you and him, were to have a conversation, he would bring them up often. He would bring them up often. And he was cool enough with them where he can go over their house and spend days over there. Like I'm going over her house and I'm spending days over there. No, you might want to say, wait a minute now. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. That for me, especially if we're at a point where I say, you know what, I'm uncomfortable with you being over your kid's mom's house as much as you are. I can understand that you're spending time with your kids, but for you to be there, all the time, multiple days, yeah, that's not comfortable for me. And he doesn't respect that and he does it anyway. I would say that he's not trying to build a life with you. He's not trying to build a life with you at all. The last clue that I would say to look out for to know that a man is not that into you is if he never talks about his future with you in it. See, if you hear him have conversations about his future, oh, when I, and you guys have been dating for some time, and it's never, you know what? Oh, I can't wait for us to go ahead and go to this country. I can't wait for us to do this or us to do that. If there is no us and it's always an I, he's very kind of individualistic to himself when he talks about his future. That is a clue that he may not be considering you for the long haul. He may not be considering you for any plays at all. You may just be the person that is filling in the space where he is right now, honestly. And that's no bullshit. And sometimes it's hard to hear and we don't want to hear it. And I keep saying we because I'm a woman. Although I'm married, I'm still a woman. So these are things that I've experienced and I've had friends who've experienced this and who have gone through this. Sometimes we don't want to realize that we are not for nothing wasting our fucking time. Just wasting our time with dudes who are not into us at all. But we're so into them that we can't see all of the fucking clues that we need to see. So that is it. That is my show for today. I hope that you enjoyed the show. I hope that you take these clues and start opening your eyes and paying a little bit more attention. Because, girl, if he is not giving you the signs, if he's not showing you the respect, if he is not treating you right, if he's not doing all of the things that men do when they really like a woman and they're working towards their future and they want to see you in that future, he is not that into you, girl. It's time for you to move on and do not waste your precious days, times, hours, or breath on him anymore because it's going to be a waste. And Mr. Right is right around the corner waiting for you to go ahead and lose Mr. Wrong. I'm Ereena George. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed the show. For more information about myself, Ereena George, or the Momific Group, be sure to check us out on our website, www.momific.life. That's momific.life. You can also like us on Facebook at the Momific Group. See you next time.